Good evening, good afternoon, good night. How's everybody, Giants family? Welcome to my New York Giants channel. This is Saeed. Welcome to another video. This is the Raiders versus Giants post-game show. Very disappointed. The result, we lost again. Bad loss at that. I was really pumped up for this game. Didn't happen. We went in flat. Right from the get-go, Daniel Jones came out. He just had few snaps and kid got hurt. Torn ACL, out for the season. Not the start we wanted. Really disastrous. It was real downing game. It's very tough this season with those couple of wins. Yet here we are, lost again, 2-7. There wasn't much going on in the game as far as stats. DeVito 15 for 20, 175 yards, a touchdown. Saquon Barkley had 16 attempts for 95 yards, didn't have a touchdown. Slayton 4 catches, 59 yards. On defense, there was not even a single sack. McKinney had 10 tackles. So it was just one of those games, we're getting used to these type of games with the Giants. It was a 100% winnable game, but we came out flat. It brings back the Joe Judge era, when we were losing this much, but when you look at last season, we were under the expectation it's going to be slightly better, but it's been a disastrous of a year. I can't really get pumped up. Not all the Giants fans were. It's real disheartening, the way they came out, played. And, defense only plays well when they know that there's something happening on the offensive side. They got some hope for points. That's when they pump up. But when they know there's no offense, period, they get worn out. The energy they bring into the game goes out in a few drives. They know they're out there again and again. There's no offense. They're running the game. They're, spending too much time on the field, getting tired, worn out. Like I said, this was a 100% winnable game. This is seriously disappointing. 2-7. The Raiders aren't that good like we made them. We saw them celebrating afterwards. They were celebrating like they won the Super Bowl. Why versus this Giants team? It's disheartening is an understatement. The coaching isn't in it. We can't figure out. Last year it was a next man up mentality. We had injuries last year, but the next player up got in there and played like they, with heart for the coach. This year everything is deflated. Dable, all we see Dable doing is yelling for players, but he doesn't get the full reaction. They're just not playing for him anymore. It's sad to say. In comparison, last year, it's very tough to figure out where this team is going now. We hate to say Dable is on the hot seat, but I don't think he is. We, like a lot of people are saying, we can't just keep firing coaches and start over. It's not a Joe Judge. We gotta stick with him. The only best thing this team can do is have a decent draft at this point. Get a quarterback, whether it's Caleb Williams or somebody after him. That will change the whole motto of this team, the whole energy. It's sad to say. It's funny, the season just started and now at halfway point we're talking about season is done. I don't like to use the word tanking, but that doesn't happen in professional sports. But each week they're unable to perform. we had the talent going in. Granted, Daniel Jones got hurt, but DeVito is a big question mark right now going forward. But the true Giants fans, we got to stick with this team. During the game, it gets so boring that you want to switch to another game. But at the end of the day, we're Giants fans. I can't switch and then start thinking that what's happening. I just can't. I can't. This is my team. Has been over 30 years. I've seen all the downs and ups. It's very sad since Coach Coughlin time. There hasn't been a decent coach. Last year was, we keep bringing up last year because we made the playoffs, had a victory in Minnesota, so it was successful. But to have all that success one year and to drop this much the following year is mind-boggling. It's amazing. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, how the players just quit playing for Dable, or it could be a number of things, but we don't know what goes on in that locker room. We don't know what the team is thinking about. They're athletes, professional athletes. They play. I don't think it's anything like that. I don't think it's anything against the coach, because defense did come out lights out. They played versus the Jets. But this game, how many excuses can a team make, man? I mean, we got Giants fans. They're really, really angry this year, rightfully so. 2-7 is beyond disastrous. We're the laughing. Since the Dallas loss, we've been the laughing stock in the National Football League. Get that through. That's and what we go through, each of us in their personal lives. Co-workers, we have a job. Co-workers talk about you. They'll see you and they laugh at you. I mean, there's only so many times, you can take that as a fan. Last year was all, high fives. Team is good, top of the league, going to the playoffs. This year flipped around. You get laughs, Giants fans, trash. It's just a sickening feeling, but we know how to tough it out. We've seen these tough years many a times, Giants fans. Bleed, book blue, no matter what. So we won't lay down. We won't give up. Still season left. We gotta watch our team play, no matter how pathetic it gets. We might have some more disastrous games coming. We play at Dallas this week. There's no way he can get pumped up for this game, considering who we got starting at QB. DeVito hasn't shown us much. Preseason was bits and pieces here and there. He could throw downfield, but to throw him in there all of a sudden, granted he's young, but that's not an excuse. Rest of the league, I was watching Kyler Murray is back for Arizona. He's back from injury, but things going around the league. At this point, it's just not much going on with this team. Rest of the New York area, the Knicks are doing good. Like I said, I would tap into other leagues in the New York area that are also my teams. Knicks are doing good. They've come together. They won last night versus San Antonio Spurs. So they looked good as a unit, but ultimately it comes back to the Giants. This is my Giants channel, and it's just, how do you get pumped up for this team? No. 2-7. Wow. What can be done? I mean, at this point, there's still winnable games, but at the end of the day, it's up to the players. They go out there on the field, they perform. Hasn't been there at all. next game, like I said, at Dallas, I'll have a pre-game talk on that one separately. This is just looking at the Raiders disaster. They were teeing off on our offense again. Crosby and them were dominating. Line didn't do much again. It's just what kind of bad luck did this team deserve to have this year? This is totally unfair. I mean, no energy. They come out. It's like just collecting a check, you know. They're millionaires. They get paid so much. We fans pay to watch them. And yet there's not much in return this year. So not really much to say. Was a disastrous outing. Raiders was 100% before with Jones. Granted, before the game started, we had Jones. Was a winnable game with him 100%. But when he got hurt at that specific second, all of us Giants fans knew that was it. We weren't gonna come back. But we could have versus that Raider defense. It wasn't all that. Granted, Crosby is a dominant player, but every team we face has dominant players. We need to be dominant. So, very disheartening. 2-7, season goes on. And, 2-7 is not much fan can say, but some positives, the Vito, let's see what he can do in a full game action with a full practice as a starter. They signed another quarterback, Jacob Eason. He played for Indianapolis. He's on the practice squad. And then backing up DeVito, we got Barkley, quarterback. So these no names is all we got to work with now, rest of the season. We're in second week of November. Still got a long ways to go. A lot of Giants fans just questioning, rightfully so, that what we're going to see rest of the season each Sunday. What kind of outing? Are we going to have any bright spots? Is there any chances of wins? This team is... man. Oh, you see the winners out there, top of the league. Niners, Eagles, Cowboys almost beat Philly last weekend. Last year we were in that conversation. We were top right there, about to go into the playoffs. But it's the flip side this year. We're at the bottom of the bottom this year again. Hate to be another type of memory with Joe Judge. We were at the bottom. Nothing got going. But Joe Judge versus Brian Dable, it's much difference. We had a lot of expectations for Dable. It's mind-boggling why he isn't getting through to the players. It's still next man up mentality. Injuries is not an excuse. It's a 53-man roster. Why can't the next player up do what the starter does? It's just they don't play for some reason. We keep saying this over and over again. Another game, they come out flat. The opponent just takes them apart. There's no energy in the team. And then it leads up to a disaster before you know it. It's, at this point, it's a game at a time. All we can do. There's nothing much to get happy about as a fan, Well, this is my channel about the New York Giants. Thanks for all my viewers that come back to me. I appreciate it. Please hit the subscribe button. Hit me a like. Helps out the algorithm. Comments. Really appreciate it. For you guys, I do this channel. I created for my beloved New York Giants fans. I wanted to do something out there. Has been my goal for a long time now, create a channel, be successful at it. So please shoot that subscribe button for me. I really appreciate it. Do the best I can with the circumstances with this team. But, pumped up for another week. Gotta stay pumped up. Can't put our heads down. I mean, it's very easy to at this point, 2-7. Just can't. Keep your head up, Giants fans. Brighter days are ahead again. And, it's gotten from bad to worst. Jones came back from a neck injury, comes out, throws a few times, overthrew Slayton on that one pass he did, and drops back, knee goes out, and as soon as we saw it, we knew it wasn't nothing like minor injury. So he's out for the year. Surgery is due a day or two now. So, oh boy, Giants. What we gonna do? Dallas whooped up on us week 1, 40-0. There was some jokes online. Giants fans were wishing we can flip the script and 40-0, but with which team can we do that? It's not this team. Oh man. Guess that's it, Giants. Keep Big Blue, hope alive. Disastrous game versus Las Vegas. Lost badly. 2-7. Time to move on. And that's it for this recap. There's not much to say. Barkley did what he can. He ran hard, 95 yards. Didn't get into the end zone. No defensive sacks at all. I mean, how does that happen? Versus the Jets, we were so dominant, lights out. They come in this game flat. Not even a single sack, much less force a turnover. No. But that's it for this Raiders recap. This is Saeed. Another New York Giants video for my Giants family. Please subscribe to my channel. Continue to do these videos for you. Do the best I can. And we'll move on. Keep the Giants fan alive. Hope alive. Go Big Blue all the way.